Hi guys! I spent the whole of yesterday just writing notes for you guys. Look, quite proud of myself. So since I'm going to university in a couple of weeks now, literally it's just about 2 weeks, which is so crazy to think about. I have lived in a boarding school, which is also like accommodation and living in a room and etc. for 2 years. So I feel like I've got a bit of insight of what's useful and that kind of stuff. So I figured I'm probably not the only one who is a bit panicky about it, because you're kind of like, oh, what do I need? I've never been to university, so I don't know what I need. And it's just kind of a new experience. I try to kind of make this list quite universal for different universities. So I've sectioned this video off into 7 sections. I had to read that there. Just to kind of make it a bit easier, a bit more organised. I'll put in the description the times for when each section begins in the video, so that if you just want to skip to one of them, you can do that. Right, okay. So the first bit is the general bed area and kind of comfort things that make you feel nice. The first kind of obvious things that you might need to bring is a duvet, some pillows, or one pillow depending on how many you want. I want to bring a few because I like to have lots of pillows. And then obviously bed sheets as well. I'm getting at least 2 pairs of everything, because then obviously if one's in the wash, you can use the other one. Something that I'm definitely bringing with me is a soft blanket or a throw for your bed, just because it's comfortable and it's soft and it makes the bed feel like nice and you want to go and snuggle up, and if you're taking naps it's good. But also it's good for if you have friends staying over, so you can give them a throw. Side note, university heating usually is not something to boast about. Obviously this isn't the case always, but most times it can get quite cold, so having an extra blanket or a throw will come in handy. Generally in the comfort section, I'd say bring some really comfortable kind of lounging wear or PJs, just because you will have more free time, so you just want to be comfortable. I definitely recommend to bring warm slippers, because unless your halls is like carpeted and or floor heating or like really warm and nice, the floor can be quite cold, and it's not actually like, it can be quite dirty because there's so many people going through, so it's nice to have just some comfy shoes to walk around in. The last thing on this section, I'd say it'd be nice to bring something comforting from home, something that you've had in your room, for example, just because it gives you that kind of connection and it makes it feel like home instantly because there's that thing in the room. So it might be, you know, an old teddy bear or a picture or something, so it just makes your room feel really homely. I have a few things. Obviously this will depend on what style you want to have in your room. If it's a specific one, you might want to get things in that kind of theme. Also, if you're sharing a room, you might want to talk to your roommate and kind of decide what you want. So it might be a colour scheme. For example, if you might want to have pink decorations or blue or rose gold or whatever. But just discuss that as well. But if it's just you, then it's obviously up to you as well, and you have kind of more freedom in that aspect. But some things that are always good for decor are fairy lights. Very university, everyone has them. You have to check with your university if they're actually allowed, because some universities don't allow fairy lights that are kind of plugged in to the wall. But then, in my opinion, a way to get around that is to get battery powered ones. You can get them from Primark, for example, for really cheap, and they still look nice. I'm definitely bringing some pictures of just home, some pictures with my friends, just some good memories, and either putting them up on a wall, or you can, you know, put them in frames or something. Also, when you do stuff at university, you can print some pictures out and add them there, so you can have kind of like a memory wall. Something that's quite nice as well is to have like a canvas or like a picture thing that you can put over your wall, either like hanging, or you can put it over your pin board. So it just kind of adds a personal touch, because usually the uni walls aren't exactly, you know, pretty. They're just quite bland and typical. So way to get around that is just to have like a canvas on the wall that's kind of fits your style that you like and that kind of personalizes the room more. A rug can be quite nice just because, again, it just makes it look and feel nicer and warmer. Something that I really love is when rooms smell really nice. Like there's nothing I hate more about a room is when you walk in and it smells. Sometimes uni accommodation rooms can just have this kind of like old specific smell. So most universities don't allow candles, because if they did, I would have like scented candles. But a way to get around that again is to get those kind of incense, or you can also get those sprays and stuff if you want to, but I prefer the incense stuff. Check with your accommodation whether there's any arrangements for people staying over. Because for example, my college in Durham, Trevelyan College, say that you can actually get like just an extra bed for your friends staying over. I'm guessing it's just one that you kind of flip open or something, but you know, that's fine. But if not, then you might want to think about getting like a easy blow up mattress. This one varies quite a lot between even, you know, different types of accommodation stuff, so check what you have. I'm in a catered accommodation, so I don't actually need to bring that much stuff because I won't be doing the cooking. We don't even have a kitchen. But if you are in self-catered accommodation, then obviously you'll need to bring more stuff. Stuff like cutlery, bowls, plates, mugs, cups, you know, all that kind of stuff. Some pots and pans for when you're making food. However, if you are sharing a flat and sharing a kitchen between, I don't know, like 10 people or something like that, and you know who they are, it's really useful to just have a chat with them and kind of share stuff, because there's no point in having like 10 pots and 10 pans and like, you know, 100 forks. Like, have a chat with them and see if you can share some of the stuff. Now, I like tea. Personally, I like green tea. I know most people in England would be like, what? You need to have black tea. But I really like green tea, and I like big mugs of green tea. So my suggestion, if you like tea, is to bring a really nice big mug, because it's just nice. You can kind of hold on to it, and it's warm and it's good. And you could use it as a bowl as well if you wanted to, you know, it's big enough, so I'm definitely getting that. Something that could be quite useful is getting like plastic container boxes. You can get them cheap from like Poundland, like a whole pack. So you could bring those plastic boxes with you and just make some salad in them, or some pasta, whatever you're making. If you're allowed to and you don't have one in the room already, it might be quite a nice idea to have like a mini fridge to yourself, because that means you can just keep your own stuff in there. No one else can go in there. You might want to bring a toaster and a microwave. My accommodation actually provides us with those, so I don't need to take them. And last but not least, a Sharpie, which sounds a bit weird in the kitchen section, but if you do have a shared fridge, you will want to put your food into a plastic bag and write your name on it, because otherwise it will be gone. Sometimes it gets eaten even if it isn't a plastic bag, but there's more of a chance that way. For the bathroom, there's some quite obvious stuff that you need to bring, such as towels, shower caddy where you can hold all your, you know, shampoos and all that kind of stuff, your toiletries, whatever you use. Bring those. I like the bathroom to smell nice, so I quite like those incense stuff, or you can get like bathroom sprays and things which will just make it smell nicer and feel nicer. At my university I actually have a shared bathroom with about like 6 rooms, but I think no one will object to you putting some nice smelling stuff in there. So for the shower, if it's a communal shower, bring flip-flops, like shower flip-flops, because if there's loads of people who've used the shower, just generally sharing like bacteria and stuff, it's just better to have flip-flops for the shower. It might feel a bit strange at first, but it will keep you safe. We're good. You might want to bring a hair straightener and a hair curler or hair dryer as well. It's just all up to what you use normally. Something that's really useful in general is to bring a laundry bag or a laundry basket. It's also nice because you can actually like take the bag with you and go to the washing machine, wherever it is, rather than like having to carry your laundry and everyone like seeing what's in there. Depending on what you're provided with, you might need stuff like washing powder, washing liquid and that kind of thing. My university actually gives us that, but we do have to pay for the washing machine. So if that's the case, I'm gonna bring loads of like change and stuff with me. The bathroom, if there isn't one already, you might want to bring a bath mat. And also, I find it quite useful to have like a small mirror. Most rooms have a mirror in them, but they're not always in the best position, like light-wise, or they might just be annoyingly far away or whatever. So having a small mirror that you can just have on your desk to, I don't know, do your makeup or whatever else you do with a mirror will be quite useful. In terms of school stuff, something that you'll definitely want to bring to your room is a desk lamp. This is not only useful for doing your work, but also if you're sharing a room, there probably will be evenings when you will need to have like a late night study session or write an essay relay or read the book or something like that, but your roommate might not. So they all want to go to sleep, and it's not really fair to have a big light on if they're trying to get to sleep. So having a small light is a good kind of in between. You might want to bring a printer just for printing out your work or printing out materials and that kind of thing. You'll probably want to bring your laptop and the charger for that, although I think most universities do have kind of computers in the library as well, so you can use those as well if you want to. Something that's quite useful to have is either a calendar, which you can have on the wall, or just a planner, or both, depending on what you like. I use my planner on my phone quite a lot, but I still do like to write stuff down. So just think about what helps you the most. Also, one little thing that's quite useful, I found, at least at school it was, is like a little book light. They sell them in like bookstores and stuff. They're just like a tiny little light that clips onto your book and, you know, comes over it, so you can actually have just light on the book and it doesn't disturb anyone else in the room, or, you know, it's just easy to use. And so that can be quite useful if you need to read a book late at night or something. Now, in terms of clothes, my biggest advice would be to bring clothes that you actually wear. I know a lot of people, and I was the same when I was going to school away from home for the first time. I was like, oh, I'll change my style, get like all these different kinds of clothes that I've never worn before, but I will because I'm gonna go to school. You don't end up wearing them most of the time. You might, if you really feel convinced that you want to wear that kind of thing now, and go for it. But most people won't. You'll just go back to what you like. So bring clothes that you know you've worn. Like, don't go into your closet and think, oh, I haven't worn this in 5 years, but maybe I will now. You also want to have like a selection of formal clothes for different events, like there might be university balls, or we have matriculation, for example, in the first week, so you'll want to have some fancy clothes as well. In terms of clothes, you also want to kind of think about where you are. If you're in a really warm area of the country, or in a warm country in general, then obviously you won't need like loads of hoodies and loads of scarves and things. But if you're in a colder area, for example, I'm going to be at the north of England, where it will be quite chilly, especially during winter, I'll probably want to bring like different jumpers and like a scarf and a nice coat. You will most likely want to bring some fancy dress items, e.g. costumes, because most universities do have some dress up events, be it for Halloween or just generally different events. So have a look as well on your university website in the freshers plan and diary. Something that quite a lot of people forget about or kind of assume is going to be there is coat hangers. Most universities won't have coat hangers, so bring those with you. You can buy them really cheap from like Primark and stuff as well. If you know that you're going to have like a chest of drawers rather than like a hanging area, you might want to get like separators. You can get them, again, most places like IKEA, and that can make your drawers a bit tidier and just easier to sort through. In terms of shoes, make sure you kind of bring a variety. So have some like just, you know, regular shoes, some boots if it's colder. Probably want to have like a pair of heels at least, if not a few, for like fancier events, or some nice flats if you don't really wear heels, depending on if it's rainy or not. I know that where I am is going to be, so you might want to bring some like wellies or something as well. In terms of pajamas, you probably want to bring like a couple of different types of pajamas. Also, bring something warm if you're in a colder area. I like to have like one pair that's like really super warm and snuggly and just really comfortable. This video is so much longer than I thought it would be. A lot of halls don't have very thick walls. You can quite often hear like everything that's happening in the rooms next to you. So at night, that might be quite annoying if you're a light sleeper. So something that you might want to bring is some earplugs. They just help you out if you're finding it hard to sleep because of noise. Now, if you're a really heavy sleeper, it can be quite a good idea to bring an actual alarm clock with you. Most people I know use their phones, but the noise on there isn't always like super loud, so having an actual alarm clock can be another tip that I have with that. Is if you're the type of person who will like wake up by the alarm clock but just turn it off and go back to sleep, which I have done sometimes, a good idea is to have perhaps like your phone ring next to you, and then in case you like turn it off, have an alarm clock at like the other end of the room so that you can't turn it off unless you actually get out of bed. So you're kind of forced to wake up whether you want to or not. You'll definitely want to bring any medication that you need. As I said in my previous video, I have diabetes, so I have quite a lot of medication that I need to bring. Even if you don't have a specific like illness that you have to take stuff for, it will still be good to have like a general first aid kit with some paracetamol in there, plasters, like just some first aid stuff. This is just an extra thing which you definitely don't need, but which I find is just really useful. It's a long phone charger cable, like especially in a university room where they usually only have like 1 or 2 sockets in the wall, and it might be at the other end of your bed, so you'd have to like be at the other end of the room to use it. So if you have like a long one, you can just kind of put it in there and like have it in your bed anyway. And following from that, something that I didn't think of when I first moved out to bring is an extension cord. This is so useful. You'll want to have some headphones, just, you know, they're useful. But also something that your friends will love you for is a portable speaker. They have quite a lot of little ones, like you can get one like this size and you can take it anywhere with you, just charge it up and stuff, and you can use it for just playing some music with friends and that kind of thing. Now, this is something that a lot of people say is really important, and that's having a doorstop. Especially when you first arrive and you don't know anybody. It would be really good if you can just prop your door open, which just makes you seem so much more like welcoming and easy to approach, because no one really wants to go up to someone's door and like knock on it and be like, hi, can I come in? Because you just feel like you're intruding. Whereas if the door's open and you can see the person in there, they'll just come in and you can like chat, make friends and stuff. So it's really good for that. And also in addition to that, you might want to bring something like, just something a little extra for your room for the beginning when you can move in. Like you could have like a bowl with some sweeties, or you could have a kettle and some tea, so that if people go past, you could just literally just invite them in and be like, oh, would you like some tea or some sweets and stuff, and people will instantly be like, oh, food, I'll go in there, and you can make friends. You might want to bring some games or activities for nights in with friends, like cards, or Cards Against Humanity, or whatever game you like. You'll probably want to bring just like a small travel sewing kit. And last but certainly not least, you will want to bring all your important documents. Like have a think through all the stuff you might need. So I think that's it. This video is a lot longer than I thought it would be, but I hope this will help you if you're trying to kind of think through stuff that you might need. I hope it gave you a couple ideas that you hadn't thought about. In the end, don't panic about it, because unless you're going to university that's like in the middle of forest, like 500 miles from any civilization, you can buy most of these things when you're at university anyway. So if this video helped you at all, or if you just generally found it interesting to watch, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, because I'll be making lots and lots more videos to do with university, or to do with diabetes, or to do with just story times, or just something fun, or I might do vlogs. I'm planning to do a vlog of like moving in and like a room tour and stuff, so there's lots of exciting stuff coming. So I would absolutely love it if you stick around and come back for the next videos, and leave a comment below if you can think of something that I've forgotten to put on this list as well. Bye! This bit, someone's